Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. So I was browsing Instagram and I follow a lot of guitar players, and John 5 is honestly one of my favorite guitar players to follow on that platform. Anyway, getting to the point of why I'm telling you this, on his story about an hour ago at the time of this filming right now, he posted a picture of his brand new Fender white and red limited edition signature guitar, and man oh man, it's wild. So I immediately ran upstairs right here, turned on this very camera, and I want to do a genuine reaction because I know this guitar is going to be very cool, very polarizing, I'm sure, because it's just very interesting looking. And yeah, man, just be interesting to see what you guys think about it, okay? So while I'm pulling up the Fender website, if you guys would be so inclined, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you so much in advance. Really appreciate you guys. All right, boom. We all know why we're here. The John 5 Ghost Telecaster. The Ghost. That's a cool name. Arctic white finish, DiMarzio deactivator, humbuckers, very cool, and custom configured controls. So right off the bat, DiMarzio humbuckers. Guys, DiMarzio's becoming like my second favorite pickup company out there right now. Oh man, sometimes I really like DiMarzio. But putting some deactivators in there, that's cool, man. Let's hit the old shop now. Fingers crossed it doesn't look so bad. And dude, dude, me. All right, $3,000. Fucking dude, mother. Guys, I'm kind of bummed because I was really stoked to buy one of these things, man. I love John 5, and I've been eyeing up his all-white Telecaster ever since he joined the crew. $3,000, huh? All right, let's check out the specs. I get it anymore, man. Things are expensive, but dude. So from a visual aesthetic, this looks really cool, man. I know some people are very hit or miss on like all whited out guitars, especially with the fretboard, but I think this is really cool, man. The first person I think that I ever saw do this was Fieldy from Korn. And they've been done sparingly throughout the course of give or take 10-15 years since I personally first saw the first one. Not saying it is the first one, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I think this is a cool look, especially for John 5. John 5 has a very unique and just interesting aesthetic, you know? I've said it on this channel before, but John 5 actually used to scare me a lot when he was in like the old Guitar World magazines, like endorsing crate amplifiers and stuff like that. Long time ago, right? So it's just funny to sit back and think about it as an adult now, because John 5 is just perceived to be just like this kind-hearted, wholesome dude, but he used to really scare me back in the day. Anyway, man, just a little fun fact for you guys with me and John 5. John 5's supernatural skills and terrifying command over the guitar have cemented his status as a living legend. Absolutely. John 5, unbelievable guitar player. You guys don't need me to tell you that. You guys probably already know that. Bewitchingly beautiful, the John 5 Ghost Telecaster features a top-bound alder body, one-piece maple neck, Arctic white gloss, red appointments, DiMarzio deactivators, three-way toggle, limited to 600 units, and sure to be a cult classic. Okay, that's why it's so expensive. All right, I revoke all my swear words like 2 minutes ago. All right, that makes sense. 600 pieces. Not the most limited thing in the world, but, you know, limited nonetheless. All right, $3,000, that makes sense. Does it still kind of sting? Yeah, but, you know, 600 pieces, all the diehard John 5 fans and, you know, ones that have $3,000 to spend on a guitar will certainly pick these up. So congrats to everybody and congrats to John 5, and just, you know, it's a cool moment in John 5's career, you know? A couple things I want to point out here is first the 9.5-inch fretboard radius. That's a pretty, what would you say, steep, narrow, small fretboard radius compared to, say, like a more modern fretboard radius on a Telecaster. Like a lot of them out there on the more modern contemporary models have like 12, and some may even have some compounds like 12 to 16. But 9.5 is a more vintage kind of feel, so I guess that makes sense, as John 5 seems to be a little bit of a traditionalist and a historian with Telecasters. Red DiMarzio deactivator humbuckers, that's cool, and here's the controls right here. We have a kill switch and one speed knob, volume, and then we have the toggle switch between the humbuckers up here. And as far as the presentation, this is really beautiful. I dig this. I love the case. I love the COA. Everything about this looks really cool. And one final talking point I want to talk about with this guitar is the bridge. Reason being is because I'm sure it's probably the same guitar, but there's a white and red Telecaster that looks very similar, if not identical, to this guitar that John 5 is playing live, and it has a floating Floyd Rose. That may be specific to the gig of Motley Crue, but I was in fact surprised to see that this guitar does in fact have a hardtail, and it's not a one-for-one replica, we'll say, of the one he's been playing live. But regardless, cool guitar, man. It's limited edition. The price tag is steep, very steep, but with the way the market is in 2023, the fact that it's limited to 600 pieces, relatively exclusive and relatively small run of guitars, so it makes sense. I think it's beautiful, man, and congrats to Fender, and congrats to anybody who picks these up, and congrats to John 5. Super stoked for everybody, man. That's just cool, man. I really dig this guitar. Not too often do I get super stoked on signature guitars anymore. This is an exception to that. I think this one's really cool. So everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to subscribe on your way out the door if you haven't done so, and leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section of this guitar, and we'll talk all things John 5 and Fender, okay? With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.